Hello and welcome to another A24 Vibe discussion, where we have more general film discussions about movies that aren't A24. Today's A24 Vibe discussion will be another Mount Rushmore draft, and this time we will be drafting our favorite animated films of all time. My name is Eric Kiska, and today I'm drinking an Oberon Eclipse Citrus Wheat. We also have a very special guest on this podcast, an old friend for Kevin and I, none other than Terrence Thomas, also known as T or Tance, or by his TikTok username, CapiTance. Tance, what are you drinking today?
I am drinking a whole lot of nothing because I came unprepared. No.
Kevin, what are you drinking?
Good evening, world. It's Kevin K. Konachek, and tonight I'm drinking whiskey. That's not a surprise to anybody. Tonight's a Johnny Drum private stock and some apple cider.
It's Cole Willie Whitlaw Gibson, your resident Alaskan. I am still in sicko mode, and I actually forgot we were recording, so I drank some NyQuil prior, and now I'm finishing, following it up with a Monster Rehab to really keep this party going. So we'll see how it rolls.
All right.
So
Add
before we get
juice,
started,
Oberon, whiskey, and NyQuil.
the A24 Vibe discussion. So before we get started, Tance, you run a TikTok that does anime. You like review and talk about anime films, right? TV shows. Yeah.
So what I do, I'm a gigantic nerd, if you can't tell by all the Funko Pops and all the things going on in the background, but I talk a lot about anime in general. And so like it could be about anime shows, it could be anime movies, things that are happening in the anime community, because a lot of anime fans are very rage induced people. So lots of things to talk. There's always something to talk about right now. And lots of debates, lots of conversations in that general area. So yeah.
Yeah, I've been to a few Umicons. That's the big con in Detroit, and that's fun. So, who is your all-time anime waifu?
Just asking the softball questions right off the bat.
Hope Megan's not listening.
I hope not either. Yes, that's my lovely wife right now.
Yeah. That's your answer.
Right? Megan, yes, Megan is my answer. No, I don't know. That's a very good question. I don't have anybody back there. I'm not your typical anime fan that like obsesses over like one.
Yeah. You don't have like a body pillow or something?
No, I don't. I see. It never did. Not in the fraternity house, right? You never showed one up. Yeah. I'm going to answer that question, but I'm going to get back to you.
No problem. I'm a big Cowboy Bebop fan, so mine was always Faye Valentine. So
that's a fantastic answer. That's a fantastic answer.
Cole, I know you have one, right?
I mean, like, if you go back to, like, my grade school days, I've always been a big Velma fan, but that's, again, not really, like, the stereotypical anime, but especially when they came out with live action, and then Velma, they turned her hot. School-age Cole was all about that. For, like, the new age or, like, actual anime, I mean, like, I'm a big Naruto or Naruto fan, so Hinata has always been a fun one. A good classic.
Yeah, I'm a Velma fan as well, but like the anime people will tell you it's not anime. It's just like, bro, it's just like relax, okay, calm down.
Yep.
Like, just calm down.
Kevin, do you want to throw one in there, or are you just gonna stay out of the convo, or you got it?
I'm a big fan of Jessica Rabbit. I guess.
Okay.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit, not to be confused with Lola Bunny, of course, because that is also a thirst trap for a lot of weird folks out on the internet.
I really think.
Oh yeah.
I think.
Are you trying to tell us that you're a furry?
No, absolutely. Jessica Rabbit. Let's go back to Jessica Rabbit here, because
I'm like
as far as anime,
90% sure that Lola Bunny is like the reason why we have furries nowadays. Because like Space Jam came out, we were all like very in our like developmental stages, and I don't really ever recall hearing a lot about furries. But man, as soon as we all turned 20 and stuff, they were everywhere. And I tell you what, I was a part of that generation. I saw what was going on, so I'm not a furry.
We had Lola Bunny, then you had Pokemon, and you had everybody dressing up as Pokemon too.
Oh so. Yeah, Pokemon.
One right after the other.
Misty, way to go!
Yeah,
I was just saying, I got a big thing for Misty. I don't know if it's her, but she's up there.
Yeah, I would say Misty counts. Yeah, pretty high up on the list.
All right. Well, today we are drafting both anime films plus animated films. So this is anything in the animated universe. So Pixar, Disney, and any Japanese anime. So if you don't know how this works, Mount Rushmore draft is like a fantasy football snake draft. We are all about to pick random numbers, and then I will generate a random number with a random number generator, and whoever is closest to that number gets to draft the first film. There are 4 rounds in this, or 4 faces to our Mount Rushmore. So in the end, we will all end up with 4 films, but the one caveat, when one person picks a film, no one else can pick that film. After we draft, we will also give a brief explanation of why we love this film and why we picked it at this point in the draft. So a few days after this episode is posted, we will share the films or faces on each of our Mount Rushmores, and you, dear listener, will be able to vote on who had the best Mount Rushmore on our social media or in the comments of our episodes, wherever you want to say. Let's get started, shall we? Tance, how about you pick the first number, 1 through 100?
21.
21. All right. Kevin?
All right, got this 100-sided die once again. Let's see if it's going to do me any better than the last time. Ooh, 17, the day I was born. That works.
17. All right.
Nice.
Cole?
I'm going to go, let's go.
Sorry, I was so close to you, Terrence. That was
42, meaning of life. Live it up.
42. All right, no one's going with the high numbers, so I'm just going to pick 69, of course. All right.
Hell yeah. Rock on.
I have failed myself. I put myself last.
I like how KCON definitely prices righted me, though. Yeah, I'm going to go 17.
I rolled the dice. It's the dice's fault.
Yeah, we didn't see it, you know.
But I have a pretty low chance of being right, so.
And I'm generating this number on random.org. And here we go. Generate. 16.
Ah!
Kevin goes first.
You're going to be really mad at me when I take the movie, too.
So this will be Kevin, Tance, Cole, then me.
Thank Jesus.
Snake draft rules, so I will get 2 picks at the end here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited.
I'm excited to see what Kevin throws out as the number 1 pick of all anime.
I know, that's pressure.
That's pressure.
We're going to judge.
It hurts
hard.
me a whole lot. But
Finding Nemo, right?
Since we're here, yeah, Finding Nemo is the answer. No. Okay, so this movie is actually a film that came out in the last 10 years, which makes it, I guess, interesting compared to the rest of these people on this list.
I already know what it is.
When I saw this film, I immediately said it's not just one of my favorite animated films of all time, it's probably one of my favorite films of all time. From the soundtrack to the action to the cast to everything, the groundbreaking phenomenon that is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2018.
That was my number 1 also.
Yeah, and I knew that everyone else had that really high and really acclaimed, and I had to take it 1 because it was going to be gone so quickly for all the reasons that I said and many, many more. It not just lives in animated history, but as far as just superhero movies in general, from the way that it tells a story that so many people are familiar with, but then recaptures it from so many different sides of it and adds just so much new nuance to an already existing story is just brilliant to me. It breaks records as far as budgets and money made. It's definitely one of the most acclaimed. It won Best Animated Feature at the Academy Awards for flip's sake. Like, I mean, I could go on and on and on and on. And if you haven't seen it already, go on and find it because it's just well worth your time. The cast that goes into it, the soundtrack, and I just could rant. But I'm done. Go watch that movie. Miles Morales is the best Spider-Man, and he's fantastic. So there you go.
Can I say, when I saw my first time seeing any piece of that movie is at the back end of one of the Spider-Man movies. I think it's Far From Home. It's the end credit scene to that. And I saw it, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. Nobody else is going to go watch this. I'm going to go watch it because Spider-Man's my favorite superhero, but nobody's going to go watch it. And then it came out and people could not stop ranting and raving about it. I was so surprised about that. Completely floored. Like, where did this come from? But like, hey, I'm happy. I'm happy for it.
Yeah.
The animation was just so beautiful in that. I remember seeing it. I nearly had tears in my eyes watching the animation at certain points of that film. And it was so cool to we had all these Spider-Man films coming out centered on Peter Parker, and this one's all right, we're going to center on Miles Morales and do a completely different tale here, and I loved it. It was very
and they kept everything in canon, which was so brilliant, too. All of those different stories, all the Spider-Mans came in from different places in comic book history. Who would have thought Spider-Man Noir would have ever been anything other than one-off on a side piece?
John Mulaney as Peter Porker.
Yeah.
That was
Peter Porker.
I don't think I've ever seen another comic book movie that embodied like a comic book as much as Spider-Man, where it just feels like you're reading a comic book again, just from the animation style. Mm-hmm. And I will say I've never listened to a soundtrack for a movie more than I have for that movie. I've listened to that so many times. So good.
Yeah.
Cole, do you have kids? Cole?
No, I don't have kids.
Just wait till you have one. You will listen to the soundtracks to the movie like your life depends on it.
Yeah. You better hope it's a good one.
Yeah.
We're a Spider-Man household. We're only listening. You're gonna listen to Post Malone, and that's it.
Better than the Toy Story soundtrack where you just get a bunch of Randy Newman, right? So.
Hey, well, I'll get to that too.
Tance, you are pick number 2.
Well, I am surprised that Kevin went with Spider-Verse, but I'm glad he did because my pick is from Disney, obviously. It's about a boy who just can't wait to be king. Lion King. Number 1 pick. Well, not second, number 2 pick for me, but number 1 pick for me. But no, I love Lion King. I think this is a classic. Maybe, I think a lot of people's favorite Disney movie. Not quite mine. I'm saving mine. I think it'll still be there. But I think this was going to go off the board early. But no, again, beautiful soundtrack, beautiful story, great animation, great cast again, like K-Con said, for the Spider-Verse. I think all of us have played the Lion King traumatic Sega game too as well, right? And so a game if you had to play right now, you would probably throw the Sega out the window right now.
Immediately.
But no, all the things that came with that movie too as well. I think what's his name? His last name is Weaver. He sings I Just Can't Wait to Be King. He is still making money, royalties off of that. I think it's Jason Weaver. He's making money off of that song because it's still so popular. It is a song me and my daughter, who is only 1.5-ish, listens to now when she eats and does all her things, and she likes to bop too. So yeah, it's a classic movie that just, you can always watch it. It's always good.
Agreed. So much childhood nostalgia from that film. And I think, we did top 10 90s film lists, and both Kevin and Kelly had it in there as one of their top 10. And it's one of the best Disney films of all time. Totally agree there.
One of my favorite memories of college, of course, is doing Airband to The Circle of Life, Lion King. Where he dressed up everybody as a bunch of animals.
I was Mustafa.
Yeah, and I was the Lady Lion, so it kind of worked out in some weird way.
And the best part about it?
Yeah,
we won.
We did win. We did. That was incredible. So you can go on YouTube. Maybe we'll link it in the description or something. But
I think
go check it out.
There should be a YouTube video out there.
There definitely is. I watch it on Nostalgia Time every once in a while. So,
all right, Cole. Anyway. Pick number 3.
Yeah. This is already getting difficult because I'm trying to plan out, and I don't know Terrence very well, or Terrence. I'm sorry.
Either picking Lion King just threw you for a flicking loop, huh?
I know. And I wasn't expecting Kevin to come out actually with a solid first choice. And that really killed me.
Fuck you, Cole.
I think animated films are his. Disney is his thing. So.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go with my favorite of all time. It's a safe one. Everyone probably knows if you've listened to the podcast. It's Princess Mononoke. I love that film so much. I got a tattoo of it. I mean, I think it's my favorite Ghibli film. I'm a Ghibli stan, if you must. So it's a beautiful film. It's from 1997, and it still holds up, and it'll hold up forever. I mean, that's great. That's all I gotta say. That's all I got.
Cool.
Yeah, it's up there for sure. I mean, when you have to pick a Ghibli movie, I mean, that's up there. Maybe not my top one, but it's definitely iconic as all get out. So.
I feel like the most well-known Studio Ghibli film is Spirited Away, but then the big fans of Studio Ghibli usually say Princess Mononoke is their favorite, or Howl's Moving Castle. I may stand corrected on that one, but good pick. Yeah.
I'm not the biggest Ghibli fan, but wasn't Spirited Away not supposed to happen to him? I think Mononoke was supposed to be his last hand-drawn film, right? Or as a director. And then he was kind of a labor of love, did Spirited Away, and then that's the one that won all the big awards and everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I guess I might have heard that. Yeah.
Won one of the first Academy Awards for Best Animated Feature. I think that just started in 2000. And then 2001 Spirited Away came out and won it.
Beauty and the Beast was nominated for best animated film or best film of all time. So you're right. No, that's what it was. It was best
picture,
film, but it was animated, and that's what was different. It was groundbreaking at that time too when that happened.
For sure.
But mostly because you're right, there wasn't a category for just animated film at that point.
All right, so this gives me some food for thought here, because I feel like the Disney films or Pixar films are going to get picked fast. So I think I might go with a more recent one that a lot of people are going to enjoy, and I'm going to go with Soul from 2020.
Wow.
As probably one of my favorite animated films I've watched in the last 5 years. It has such a good soundtrack with Trent Reznor and John Baptiste. And, I mean, Pixar tackling the big questions like the meaning of life. And I just, remember getting the end of that film and being like, oh, I have a whole new perspective on life now. So, yeah. And Jamie Foxx does a great job.
That's pretty powerful for a movie.
Yeah.
Well, I got to be the first to admit it. I have yet to see Soul. I know it exists, but I have not watched it.
I am the same. So here's a problem with Soul. When you're black, it's one of those movies. It's like, why can't the character just be black the whole movie? Why you gotta be blue? Why you gotta be green? Why you gotta be a shark? Why you gotta be a pigeon? It's just like, come on, bro. I just every time it's an animated film, they get turned into something else. Like Will Smith does the one where he turns into a pigeon, and I think Lady and the Frog. They get turned into frogs. Yeah. It's just like
Maui in Moana turns into fucking everything under the sun, right?
It's just like, bro, just leave the skin black just for 45 minutes. Just give me 45 minutes, bro.
That's fair.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean, I can't argue that, but they just had to turn him, I guess. But the plot of that film, though, I think that just really carries me. That it's such a unique plot too, and thought about what happens to us after we die. So.
I've heard great things too, and it's on my list of things to watch. But
yeah, for sure. All right, my number 2 film. I think I'm gonna stick in the Pixar universe here, and I'm gonna go with WALL-E. That was also on my favorite apocalyptic films that we drafted, and I think this is with Soul. I think that these might be my 2 favorite Pixar films of all time. And WALL-E's so creative and wonderfully done, and I feel it just is the dystopian sci-fi that I love in normal films, but they created an animated universe with it, and it's so cool. So
yeah, no, I was thinking about it. Rose, we were watching a bunch of lists, and they were just saying that WALL-E's one of those movies that if you could turn off the soundtrack and all the music, you could still watch it, and it would be you could be entertained by it. It'd be visually appealing. There'd be a whole lot to it, especially think about those scenes in space as he's blasting off and around, and just all the way they make that whole film in general. It's just really, really beautiful. And I think I said the same thing. It's one of the only animated movies that really makes you cry a whole lot, at least for me, because it's just really, it's all about love. And if you can accomplish that with robots, that means you told a really good freaking story.
Yeah, for sure. Very powerful. Yeah.
My one worry with WALL-E is, are we as a human race racing towards that? Where we just
totally.
In the chair,
100%.
Nah, Idiocracy has it right.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So yeah.
I was saying this in our draft of apocalyptic films that statistically the human race is getting more and more obese. So it's actually statistically true. And then we have the whole pollution and climate change on Earth, and that's definitely what happens in WALL-E. So I could all see us jumping on a spaceship and just carrying on the human race that way.
So you know how WALL-E learns to love and loves Eve. Do you think he has any remorse by just scrounging through all of the other dead WALL-E bodies and ripping parts off of them to continue himself rebuilding and putting tracks on? He's just legit just tearing apart his own kind. Do you think he feels about that?
They're dead. They're dead. They're gone.
Yeah.
They're dead. He's a robot.
I mean, if I didn't have an arm, I'd say sew an arm on me. I don't care. I don't care whose it is.
Sure. Just food for thought, man. You just gotta think about this stuff.
That's a lot of food for thought. That's a 4-course meal, man.
That's a 4-course fucking meal. Exactly.
All right.
Cole,
my turn.
Pick number 2.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with one of my favorite lighthearted films, and it definitely falls into the category of some of my hobbies. I'm going Lego Movie. I fucking love this movie. When it came out, I mean, I love Legos. I was a Lego kid. It's pretty that's all I played with and stuff. And when this movie came out, pretty jacked for it. And granted, I was in college when it came out, so yeah, I think like the way that they animated that film with like true Lego like bricks and everything just like took it to a whole nother level, and like the level of detail and care that went into the whole universe, and then just all the good voice acting and everything. I think they just did a fantastic job, and it was just like a very fun, lighthearted story that, you know, kind of deals with the, you know, the kid and dad's relationship, so to speak. But animation, I mean, I've never seen a better Lego movie, and I don't want to see a better one because this is the best.
I will say you should check out the Lego Batman movies. They are pretty good. Okay. Not better than the Lego movie, but I do think they're pretty good. I do. Will Arnett does a pretty good job as
Lego Wars.
Yeah,
on
Lego Masters.
Or Lego Masters, not Lego Wars.
It's Lego Masters with Will Arnett.
So come on, Lego Wars. Yeah, it's like Robot Wars. Lego Masters. Yes.
I've never seen a Lego movie. I'm not gonna lie, and I grew up playing with Legos. I've never seen one.
Missing out.
And so this is like the original Lego movie, like the first one they made, and
I mean they had like made other like Lego movies, but this is the like the Lego
so
movie
many
of
coming
24.
out. I was just like, there's one original one.
I would say this was like the first like premiere like movie release, like theatrical release Lego movie. Like all of the other ones were like just like the normal like straight to DVD, TV, kids kind of movies, Ninjago, that kind of stuff, right? But this one was the first one where they're like, we're gonna get like real actors, we're gonna really pump it out, and we're gonna do a theatrical release, and it was awesome, man. I love it.
Cool.
And I will warn you, Kiska, it has one of the catchiest songs you've ever heard in your life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I might like it then. All right.
Yeah. Or it might get stuck in your head for forever and always, and then you're going to be cursing our name until.
I mean, Happy got stuck in my head pretty easily, so yeah. I'm sure if it's like equivalent to that, then I probably will get stuck in my head. So, all right, Tance, your number 2 pick.
Oh, okay. I thought I had to wait for K-Cop. I'm glad, because I thought he might take this. But this movie has the most copied bike scene ever. Slide.
Son of
I had to take it.
I just watched this film this past week or past couple weeks ago. So
this is Akira. One of the best animated movies, but anime movies as well. Lots of emotion, lots of groundbreaking animation too. Just some things that are weird and different, and like just push the genre forward. Also, a movie that I think a lot of people know. I think I even had a first date, and we watched Akira, and that was her. It was her idea. Like, so yeah, it's one of those movies that everybody just that just loves.
Would you say that this was like the America's like introduction to anime was like when Akira got big? Would you say that that'd be true, or?
No, maybe the older generation's introduction to anime. I think the thing that introduced people to anime is Toonami, because you didn't know you were watching anime. You just thought you were watching cartoons, and it turns out to be Dragon Ball Z and Rurouni Kenshin and the Ronin Wars and all that stuff. And it's like, oh, this is, and then they carried that through with Naruto too. So it's just like, oh, yeah, this is cool.
Was Akira big in the United States though when it came out? Like after it came out?
I don't know, because I think I was still pretty young when it came out. I think Akira's like late 80s, maybe.
Yeah.
86, so like
88.
So when it came out to the States, probably wasn't as big, but I think once you start getting into like, oh, I like animated movies, Akira is something that kind of just comes. It's like, oh, hey, and then now you can see the influence though. Everybody copies the bike slide. I think recently saw it in what's the movie with the Jordan Peele movie?
Nope. Or Us or Get Out.
Nope.
No, it's Nope. I think it's Nope.
Yeah, you're right.
They do the slide with the electric. Yeah, it's awesome.
And so it's so copied too, but it's a great scene though too. And like I think I even have I don't have it down here, but I have a T-shirt with a halo, like Master Chief, with walking to the car too as well. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, Kelly and I watched that for the first time just a few weeks ago, and it did live a month ago. I'd say it lived up to the.
Cole put it on his list for apocalyptic movies, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what's that? And then I went and watched it. I was like, holy shit, this thing is wild. So yeah, no, good choice for sure.
But that classic Japan warning about nuclear war. It's a tale as old as time, but it's always good. All right, Kevin.
Time for two picks.
Second and third pick.
Two wonderful picks that are gonna, just solidify this Rushmore is just all-time iconic. So, Coming in as my number 2 pick is the 1995 classic, the very first film from Pixar. That's right, we have the original Toy Story coming in with my second pick. It was the first ever animated film that was completely done by computer. It's got a ridiculous cast with Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, some other, Don Rickles was in that one. It's the most iconic film that I can think of from my childhood as far as just from a soundtrack standpoint. I know we already made fun of it, Randy Newman, but like You've Got a Friend in Me is widely respected and is from just across the whole musical world and animated films. It's responsible for, the entire Toy Story franchise, all of the things that go along with that. Buzz Lightyear and Woody are just part of the zeitgeist and the normal culture into the world because of this film. And it was just fantastic. I love that film, and it will go down in history as just one of the best animated films of all time, no doubt.
Yeah, I had that towards the top of my list, but I just felt like it was almost too obvious for me. Maybe I should have just picked it, but like
Pick the obvious.
Yeah, maybe because it is a Mount Rushmore and other people vote on it, but like I was like, Toy Story is so talked about and iconic. I needed to go like a level below with like Soul or something.
I'm gonna double up again.
Level below and how well known it is.
My next pick is gonna be just about the same damn thing. I'm going for the easiest, the biggest, the top of the top. That's 2001's Shrek. That's right. I'm putting Mike Myers on the top of my list because
2004,
goddamn,
I think.
No, 2001. Definitely Shrek? 2001. Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, John Lithgow.
I get this all wrong. All right.
DreamWorks Pictures. I mean, what else do I need to say? This movie was everything. It took a classic tale of a princess in a castle and completely flipped it on its head. Prince Charming is now an ogre, and the actual prince is a small man with a big ego, and it is just a freaking romp in the park. What a blast. One of the best animated wrestling scenes I've ever seen, maybe the only animated wrestling scene I've ever seen. You get some just absolute stalwart performances. It's kind of interesting, a little factoid I think it was. Mike Myers ends up playing Shrek, but the late, great, help me with a name all of a sudden.
Chris Farley.
Chris Farley was recording or was started to slot and be Shrek, which would have been interesting in its own right. But I'm really glad that it turned out the way it did. Shrek 2 is also a good shout out, but there's nothing like the original. So back-to-back pick with Toy Story and Shrek. I feel pretty good about that. And those guys are just absolute banger classics that are going to stand out in Mount Rushmore. So that's why I picked them. There we go.
I'm really surprised you picked like a 3-minute YouTube video to be on the top of your list. Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life is it's so disturbing to me. I don't know why you would put that on here. He literally just goes into his bedroom and claps those
Shrek
cheeks, and I'm
Shrek is life.
Yeah, I thought he was talking about.
Oh wait, you meant the feature film.
I thought he was talking about like the Broadway performance of Shrek. That's what I thought.
Yeah, Shrek is Broadway. That's true too.
Oh wait, I was just thinking. Isn't like the person that plays Shrek dating Ariana Grande, but that's the person that plays SpongeBob, I think.
What?
Wow,
there's a Broadway performer that plays SpongeBob, like, and is huge, and he's dating Ariana Grande, and I think he left his wife to be with Ariana Grande. And if you look up a picture of him, he looks like SpongeBob. He's like, he has red hair, though. Like, he looks really weird.
Red hair?
He's it's weird. It's weird to have red hair.
Red hair can't get Ariana Grande.
Yeah. Okay, Shrek. I love Shrek, obviously. So Kelly always says this though. The uncanny valley animation in this it's a little unsettling. That's the only thing that I have against Shrek. Like, it's just like right when they started like switching over to that kind of animation, right? And and also right when they started switching over to digital film. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And yeah, there was a certain kind of like unsettling, uncanny valley about it when it first came out, but I think they've since like remastered it to make it look not so uncanny, but it's still a little weird.
Yeah, I will say like Shrek is just far enough outside the uncanny valley of like real people for me. But like I definitely understand that because like I hate Polar Express because of that. Like, I watched that movie, and I'm like, these people are soulless monsters, and I don't understand why this is a Christmas movie.
You've turned Tom Hanks into a soulless monster. How dare you?
It's the eyes and the locked... Oh, God. Oh, but Kika, I wanted to ask you, have you seen... They released... I don't know if it was released or somebody leaked it, but there's test footage or early footage of Chris Farley as Shrek.
I feel like I might have, and that's where maybe that nugget came into my brain forever ago. I wonder how that sounds.
It's really interesting to see how he played Shrek versus how Mike Myers ended up.
Pretty crazy. Yeah, it's weird because we all have this like preconceived notion of who Shrek is now, right? And like Mike Myers and stuff. But going back and listening to it and watching it, you're like, this isn't Shrek, but at the same time, I mean, it's not bad. And like, I love Chris Farley, so it's just weird, man. Cinema history, OJ was almost Terminator at one point. Things could be crazy. Yes.
Holy shit. Well, you learn something new every day.
It's like
glad that didn't happen,
right? Oh well, yeah.
Would have been a lot of bad jokes later in the 90s. All right. Anyway,
he was truly a Terminator.
No. Yeah. All right, Tance, your number 3 pick.
Yeah, I'm torn because do I go what's true to me or do I go for the win here? That's the problem here. I think I'm gonna go for the win here, and I'm really surprised that this is not. I thought somebody was gonna take it, but my favorite Disney movie of all time about a street rat in Agrabah, Aladdin. Yeah. I can't believe. I'm surprised it's still here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I knew. I could always get a number 4 from some weird obscure anime, so I was like, I can rest easy. But no, Aladdin, my favorite. I even have that's a Funko Pop. I'm gonna grab it. Do it.
Show me that Funko.
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Soundtrack, I would say better than Lion King. More gems, more songs, and this one. The cool thing about this Funko Pop, he's actually hiding a loaf of bread behind his back. You can't see it. Like his arm is hidden. So, but yeah,
you are like a true dad to the core. You're all about the soundtracks of those Disney films, man. I love it.
When you get a kid, you can't listen to your music like I blanked out this afternoon or this evening when I picked her up from daycare and I was driving. I was like, wait. Jay-Z's talking about drug dealing and prostitutes. Wait, hold on. It's like, I need to change it.
Nope. I forgot to switch it over.
Yep.
Yeah. So I was looking at the cast of Aladdin. So Robin Williams is the genie. I remembered that, but I did not know Gilbert Godfrey was in here.
Iago. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Iago. Oh my gosh,
dude, one of the most classic.
Why hasn't he done more voice acting?
Because he has one voice.
Because he's annoying, I guess.
He has one voice. And like, if you have a role that you're like, hey, we need someone that everyone's gonna hate when they talk, and they're like, Gilbert Godfrey,
and also
get over
sound
here.
like a parrot when he talks.
I definitely grew up on Aladdin, Lion King, Mulan. Emperor's New Groove, Hercules. Those are probably the 5 I grew up on from my first 10 years of life, and Toy Story, probably.
Yeah.
So it's
like I said earlier, if I had a chance to pick it, Aladdin would have coming home at number 4. Like, it's definitely my favorite true Disney movie from that time period. So iconic, like one that I just watch over and over and over again. Probably Robin Williams' fault, to be honest with you. Like, his performance was just so much that you want to be like, I want a genie. More, you obviously want a genie because you want a bunch of wishes, but like, he was just a cool guy. He was gonna be your friend, your pal. Like, he was just a cool figure. So,
did anybody see the live action? I did not see it.
No,
I've seen it obviously because it's like my favorite like Disney movie.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody can live up to Robin Williams' performance, but I think Will Smith is probably a close second. He's not a close second. There's a giant chasm between second and first place. But I think he's probably the top tier of that second place. But they changed some things about it. I get it. You want to make it more appealing for the audience that it is today and change. Why make a live action if you're gonna just make the same thing going forward? But like, I think they did all right.
For sure.
What about the live action Lion King? Have you seen that?
Saw that.
I've never seen it.
I've seen it. I don't think it's good because I don't remember much about it. That's
when I heard about them making a live action Lion King, my first reaction was how and why? Because you're making a film about animals that talk in like a magical world, but we're gonna make it live action, so it's real, but yet none of the animals are real, but they're not animated, so they can't show emotion. I don't know. I just thought it was really weird, but I didn't know if anyone had any opinions on it.
Live action Jungle Book was the best, and after that, I don't think they've had too many good live action remakes of Disney films, right?
I haven't. I gave up on them, to be honest.
Too many great ones, at least.
Yeah, I'm just
I haven't seen. I think I haven't seen it, but my wife has seen it. But she liked The Little Mermaid that they just.
Okay, I haven't seen that yet either. So
that with
earlier this year, but but it's hard to recreate that magic. That some of the things that you can do in animation just don't translate to live action. This is why I'm also worried about Avatar: The Last Airbender. But we'll see what happens when it comes out.
Yeah. Well, we could as long as they don't call him like
Yes, I know, right? Oh,
we're
God.
already going there. I saw that opening night in theaters, and I was so disappointed because I loved that show so much. And
it had such promise with the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, okay, he flipped over him, he froze him. That's perfect. Okay, we're off to a great start. And then you go into the movie theater and you're like, what the hell was that?
You ever the M. Night Shyamalan?
You ever hear about how the kid who plays the Avatar, like the Last Airbender, how he got that role?
No.
He got that role because he sent M. Night Shyamalan a video of him doing like karate and like some type of like martial arts, and he was like, "That's our star." Kid had never acted before in his life, never done anything, and M. Night Shyamalan was like, "That dude can do a backflip. Get him here now." And
get
that's
him.
it. And it was like,
shave his head.
Yep.
Get him.
Yep, that's
exactly. That man's just had like 20 years of straight shitty movies after Unbreakable, I think. So.
He's having a hell of a run.
Yeah, Split wasn't that bad, but still, it's just like he's not had a good film since Unbreakable, really. Yeah. All right, Cole, your number 3 pick.
All right, my number 3 is one that came out in 2004. It's I think it's one of Pixar's best films of all time. They did a bunch of really cool sound design and sound effects for this film that were, kind of quote unquote groundbreaking, but it's The Incredibles. I love this movie. I waited a very, very, very long time for them to make a sequel, and the sequel was pretty, they did a pretty damn good job. But I love this movie when it first came out. I watched it over and over as a kid, and I can still go back and watch it and enjoy it today. It's just like the whole story, and they kind of took like the whole like Avengers type thing before Avengers was really a thing, but they kind of had like all these superheroes, and then they showed the backstory and the the costumes and all that stuff, and then the supervillain, and the whole premise of basically a guy who has no powers and he's tired of being kicked to the curb or ignored, and I don't know. It's great. I love that film so much. So, and Mrs. Incredibles is just incredible too. So,
why'd they have to do that to Mrs. Incredible? Yeah. Well, I love The Incredibles too. When I first watched it, like Pixar was just on a slew of putting out some of the best films
so many
in general.
Bangers from like 2001 to 2005 was just insane. How many,
even like Toy Story to 2005, and I mean WALL-E was 2008, I believe. Like they did not miss for several years.
So many good animated films that came out during that time. But I won't list them because I don't want to give away some of my ideas.
Yeah. but The Incredibles is my favorite Pixar movie. Coming from like that nerdy world where like I like superheroes, and then Pixar does it, and they do it really well too. Like and then like so many iconic quotes too. Like like Honey, where's my super suit? And like
I was gonna say super suit. Samuel Jackson is the first thing I think about when I think about that movie.
It's the greater good. I am your greatest good. It's
the greatest good you'll ever have.
Yeah, it's so good. And then, that's what I think the beauty of Pixar is they make films for kids that adults can watch, right? Like they have these like beautiful lines in writing that the kids have no idea what the context is, but it's just nothing. It's not like there's any like real vulgarity to it, but as an adult you're watching it and you're like, this is amazing. Like it's just so good.
All right. Well, where will I go here? So I think I want to go with a more well-known one. And then, I mean, this other one I think is going to be well-known, but it's going to be a bit out of left field, and I don't think anybody else will have it, but you're still going to know it. Mm-hmm. So number 3, I'm going to have Spirited Away. I got to put a Studio Ghibli film on here, and I think it was my favorite one, even though it's the most well-known one. And
it's awesome.
That was like, that was a big coming out film for Hayao Miyazaki. I feel like that's when people really started to pay attention to him in Hollywood. So had to give him respect there, put him at number 3. Number 4 is the 1999 South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
I was hoping somebody was going to put it on their list.
Yeah.
Better be fucking mentioned.
I had to do it.
Down. God damn.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Well, this was like when Trey Parker and Matt Stone were just in their prime of like writing South Park, and it just was like a culmination of like everything beautiful about their comedic writing and their musicality, the songs they create, like just fucking hilarious. I love this movie, and definitely snuck into the basement to find it on like cable TV and watch it. That's how I watched it the first time.
Yeah. That soundtrack got circulated around grade school, like on like burned CD. Like I remember like hearing Kyle's Mom's Big Fat Bitch way before I ever saw the fucking movie at all. And like that Blame Canada, like the whole fucking thing. Like I love that movie. It's so good.
Oh my god.
And I always think about that film, especially when I watch Team America for some reason, because like those are in a canon for me, like in the same universe, even though they're not, but they are.
Yeah, basically.
As a Terrence, I have never found my Philip. I've never found my counterpart.
Yeah.
Would that have been Lanning, the blonde? Because he
would have been. It would have been. But he was weird name Lanning. Like, come on, man. Give me.
It's not Philip. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Lanning, you're now Terrence's Philip, maybe. Lanning, if you're.
But yeah. I mean, I just also like the whole. It was like a big criticism on like helicopter moms, I feel, and just. Also, just the whole satire of Canada. Sorry, Cole, but that was great.
It's okay. I still enjoyed it as a Canadian. I still enjoy it, and I still love South Park. And
Canadians can laugh at themselves. Americans can't for some fucked up reason. So.
I will say none of our heads are not. We don't have a complete like split head. So just throwing it out there. We have normal faces.
All right, so my 4 are Soul, Wall-E, Spirited Away, and South Park the movie. I think I really covered the spectrum there. So, all right.
I was gonna say too about South Park. That movie was a lot too about censorship too, because like they were getting so much flack from the show that like, okay, we'll make this movie and you can't tell us whatever to do. And we have this loyal fan base that are gonna go. I was probably 12 or 13 when that movie came out, and so we couldn't go see it, but we had a mentor that he loved South Park, and he was like, no, we're going to go see this movie, and so like we went to go see it.
I mean, I think it got an original in NC-17, I think, first, and then it came back and they had to give it an R as far as like getting a theatrical release. But yeah, though they fucking went hard on that movie for sure.
I feel like they tried to set a record for like most swear words in a movie or something. I need to double check that, but that sounds like a Trey Parker and Matt Stone thing to do.
Yeah, I'm sure it was, especially at that
Cartman
time.
curses like every third word in that movie. It's
right, just the whole getting the chip and everything else.
Oh, and if you look up, so I think they were nominated for an Oscar for that film for best animated feature, I believe. And they both went to the red carpet, dressed in dresses, and they were apparently on acid too. So
they definitely were.
Yeah.
One of them looked like J-Lo, if I remember right.
Yep,
yeah.
The iconic green dress. Yep.
Yeah. All right, Cole.
All right,
your number 4 film.
Yeah. So my number 4 film is a film that I wouldn't say it's one that brings you joy, but it is a film that I would say that everyone needs to watch because. I don't know, like a lot of people will talk about how anime isn't like real movies and all this stuff. And I will recommend this movie every single time because it will make you cry and it will make you be miserable. But it is like truly like a masterpiece of art, and it's Graveyard of Fireflies from 1980.
Grave of Fireflies. Graveyard.
Grave of Fireflies. Yes, you're right. You're right. Grave of Fireflies. I like love to hate this film because it's so good and so beautiful, but every time I watch it, I just feel like shit because it is so sad and so powerful and such a good like movie and animated film. And for anyone that talks about anime is for kids or anime is just a bunch of like bullshit, it's like it is not. You watch this and if you don't cry, you're a monster. Like you are not a good person. So I don't think it's not one that a lot of people watch because of just the context of it and all that stuff. But man, is it a good film. And I think it just doesn't get, necessarily the accolades that it should. And I just want people to go watch it. Go be sad for once, it's okay. Yeah. Watch a sad movie, cry.
And if I could suggest anything to our big film fans here, Oppenheimer is now out in 4K UHD, so watch Oppenheimer and then watch Grave of Fireflies, and then feel absolutely horrible for a day. Yeah.
Just your soul just collapse inside itself.
Yeah, you watch Oppenheimer, you watch Graveyard of Fireflies, you watch Akira, and then you watch Godzilla -1. It's a whole weekend.
Then the Barbie movie directly afterwards, right?
And then just go watch the critically acclaimed film with Ben Affleck, Pearl Harbor, right? No, just no.
Pearl Harbor sucked.
That's a South Park. Yeah, that's a South Park song too. Yeah.
But so my Mount Rushmore of animated films is The Incredibles, Lego Movie, Princess Mononoke, and Grave of the Fireflies.
Grave of Fireflies, I think.
No, I think it's Grave of the Fireflies.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
How do I keep fucking this up?
Dude, it's what? It's hard. Just say
You're right. Grave of the Fireflies. You're right.
But
semantics.
Those are my 4.
All right. Okay, Tance, you're number 4.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go with one that's a little obscure here. So this is a Batman movie, a DC movie. If you don't know, DC has a legendary run with animated movies. I'm gonna go the one that people don't know or don't talk about a lot. But this is Batman Under the Red Hood. So a lot of people. I'm not gonna say the other one. I think K-Con knows what the other one is.
No, I'm not gonna pick it. What you can say? We're gonna talk about. We can talk about Mask of the Phantasm.
Mask of the Phantasm is one that people really rant and rave about. They love it. They love it strong. I like Mask of the Phantasm, but I like Under the Red Hood a lot more because when I first saw it, it had a bigger impact on me because it was like, who is Under the Red Hood and like who was on the level of Batman? And I don't want to spoil it for people want to go out and watch it, but it doesn't hold up now. I watched it recently, like maybe in the last year or so. The animation for what we have now doesn't hold up, but the story was so great that I like, it made an immediate impact on me. I made my wife watch it and she was like, oh shit, that was awesome. And then, like, she's not a big like animator or anime film or like type of person either, but she loved that film too. But no, it's one of my favorites. And like, I just like, man, I don't know. It's one of those, it's like that scene in Power Rangers when Tommy breaks into the Megazord. It's like, what the hell's going on? Like, who is on the level of the Power Rangers? It's like, oh, it's kind of like that. And it's just like, but no, it's got a great line and like a great throughput and story, and once you get there, just amazing.
Yeah, no, I think you're dead on with the coolness of the Batman animated series during that time period. What year did Under the Red Hood come out? Because I know Phantasm was 93.
Yeah, I think Red Hood is a little bit later. I think it's 2008 or something like that. It's
2010. I'm looking at the Wikipedia.
And Mark Hamill. Is it same voice actor?
No, it's
Bruce Greenwood is Batman. John DiMaggio is the Joker.
Jason Ackles.
So I guess that's the reason why I love Mask of the Phantasm so much is because of Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. Like, just because those are the classic voice actors for me. But it's still cool that Batman got such a treatment during that time period. But I mean, it was a theatrical flop when it came out, but people now give it its credit after the fact, and I think it's just something to be said. So yeah, no, good choice, Chance, for sure.
No, I like Mask of the Phantasm. Like, it's just the ending doesn't quite get me there. Like, it's just like it's great all through. Like, because you're like, who's going on, and then the reveal is good, but then like what happens after is just a little dicey. But yeah, I think still a great movie.
Go watch it if you haven't seen it though.
Another DC banger is Justice League: The Flashpoint Paradox. If you haven't seen that. That is
I have to go check that out.
So good.
Flashpoint Paradox.
Right.
This is where you start in the DC run of greatness. I think you start with Paradox, Flash, and it like changes things, and then they have all of their movies that lead up, and they even wrapped it up. I think with a Constantine movie, or Constantine becomes one of the main characters for the last movie, and wraps this whole like 10-year, 15-year stretch up, and then they start going into like the new 52 movies. But like that DC run is just,
and it's so like infuriating seeing DC do so well for animated films and have such a good story and writing, and then they're like, we're gonna make a live action movie and we're gonna take all this stuff that's basically just set up and ready for us to just recreate live action and people would love it, and then we're like, fuck that, we're doing something different, and then it's terrible and everyone hates it, and you're just like, why do you keep doing this to yourself? We're trying to be like Marvel. Don't fucking be like Marvel. You don't have to do that. You got
I liked the Batman with Robert Pattinson, but yeah, all the Batmans with Ben Affleck were trash. So, all right.
Well,
to answer your 4 were The Lion King, Akira, Aladdin, and Batman Under the Red Hood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Kevin.
All right, so before we get to the very last actual pick, I suppose it's a good time to talk about some honorable mentions, right? Since no one else can pick any movies anymore at this point, so we can throw this in there, but you can't pick mine, so I'll just do my honorable mentions, then I'll pick, and then you can do yours. So there's that. So these are the movies I'm not picking as my final. Eric, if you want to switch this around or tell me not to do it, that's fine. But,
go ahead.
All right, cool. Chicken Run in 2000. That film was flippin' awesome. Claymation, the amount of lengths that they went to have that film established was just phenomenal. It just stuck out as super iconic. Great British humor, in my opinion. Just a really great
I heard the studio that made Chicken Run, aren't they making a sequel? And they're also the Wallace and Gromit, but they ran out of clay because their supplier that they buy from
I did not hear that part.
Like shut down, so they don't have clay.
That's crazy.
I was just reading about that. I'm pretty sure like they're at like a stopping
bonkers.
Point because their supplier of clay just is done.
Well, now I have to see this Chicken Run sequel 25 years later when it finally comes out.
Wallace and Gromit: Curse of the Were-Rabbit was great.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yes. I mean, that entire genre of film in general, that whole style is awesome. Just stop motion, the fact that it's like the longest stop motion film in history or something along those lines when it's all said and done is pretty ridiculous. All right, let's see. I was going to use Up as my final pick. That's when Chance was pantomiming Up, and I was like, don't do it. But then I kind of was like, I already have a Pixar classic. But I do want to shout out Up. It was the second animated film ever to be nominated for the Oscar for Best Film of all time.
Best Picture.
Which is pretty cool. That movie breaks my heart. It is absolutely iconic. Some great performances. There's a giant bird named Kevin. I mean, come on. Can't go wrong with that. That movie's fantastic.
That's exactly what I thought Cole was going with Grave of the Fireflies.
I thought that too. Like depressing. That movie is just different. I was also going to pick a Goofy movie because I also watched that movie a whole bunch when I was a kid.
It's a lot of fun.
That's another furry movie that probably made a bunch of people, you know?
Fuck off.
You're not going to beat the furry allegations.
Yeah, we're going to go with my actual pick, which is the, I won't say off the beaten path, but it is a lesser known animated film, I think, and it's the 1982 American animated fantasy film, The Secret of NIMH. Yeah,
The
Secret of NIMH.
Look at you.
I enjoyed The Secret. My grandma had a VHS of this that we would always pop on whenever I went over to her house, and I ended up watching it kind of on repeat a lot. And the story and the acting and just kind of the simplicity of a story involving farm animals, but making it so big and elaborate and in depth and powerful, really came through for me. And I think that it stuck around. It kind of shows what can happen when Disney doesn't put its money behind a story, but it still turns out to be just iconic because it stands the test of time because of just how good it is and the story itself. So for Nicodemus and all of his rats and just that entire story from start to finish, I think The Secret of NIMH definitely deserves a spot on my Mount Rushmore. So, number 1, we grabbed Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Number 2 was Toy Story. 3 was Shrek. And then I finished out with The Secret of NIMH.
I've never heard of this film.
You've never
heard this film? Wow.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, so I went with my own personal favorite one on this one, and like I said, Up would have been the banger to pick.
It's
but this
dark.
Is it's dark, but it's
like as a kid, like there's some scenes that are pretty freaking like hardcore, like brutal, and I remember like it kind of scares me, but it's a very beautiful film, and it's a very well done, and it was on. I had it on my list of like potential selections. So, mad respect to you, Kevin, because that's a good one, man. I didn't realize it was from '82. To be honest, like it is for being that old. I'll have to go back and rewatch it and see if it's still as good as I remember it being from like a visual aspect, because there's some pretty wild scenes in that movie.
All right, well, I guess I'll give a few shout-outs. One that I'm not sure if you do you know Makoto Shinkai, Tance?
Name does not sound familiar, but maybe the work will.
Okay, so Your Name was a big kind of like Japanese anime film, that came out in 2016, and it's like Freaky Friday, but with two like random people in Japan from across Japan. And that, I think he also did one called Suzume that came out this past year. And I've only seen Your Name. I haven't seen Suzume, but I really like Your Name. There's a foreign language French film called My Life as a Zucchini, and that's been on like Netflix forever. And it's a very sad movie, but it's like really beautifully done. And then another one that's lesser known, but I really enjoy is Mary and Max, and that is with Philip Seymour Hoffman and Toni Collette.
Is that like the black and white kind of looking one? Or
yeah, it's not technically, it's not like all black and white, but it's like, the aesthetic is very black and white. Okay. And it's about an American man with Asperger's and a like lonely and outcasted Australian girl, and they both become pen pals. And it's based on a true story, and it's about like their pen palship over like 20 years. So those three are pretty, I mean, I don't know, a lot of food for thought, those films. So not your fun animated films, but three films that I've seen that like I think are worth noting for sure.
I just want to say I hate South Park because when you said Asperger's, the only thing I think about is ass burgers. Like, it's just like, God damn it! Why have you ruined me? Why have you ruined me like this, South Park?
Yep.
I got a couple. Iron Giant was one that I really liked as a kid. Atlantis, the original, like the first, like Lost City or whatever, very good. And then if you like Fast and Furious, but in an anime version, it's called Redline. Redline. I don't
go Initial D.
Initial D. That one just came out, didn't it? Or am I thinking?
But Initial D's been around for a long time. I guess it's not a movie though. But
it's called Redline, and it is just like over the top, just like muscle car animation, like very like rockabilly almost esque. It's very fun. It's a good one.
Cool.
So I'll give a few that I'm surprised that The Nightmare Before Christmas did not come up.
That was one of my favorite Christmas films. I don't think it's like on my top 10 favorite animated films of all time, but I do enjoy that film.
Yeah, I was so surprised.
Much to pick from. Oh my God.
Yeah, there is.
And then even from the newer kind of generation too, Frozen, a giant animated film that like is everywhere. Encanto, I think that's one of our favorite newer.
When you were talking about soundtracks that parents want to listen to, that their kids like a movie that their kids watch over and over again, Encanto is what comes to mind for me because so many parents were like, "Dude, this is a great soundtrack. We're gonna listen to this and let our kid watch." Moana too, like both of those have pretty great soundtracks in general that parents I can think get behind while watching a movie endless on repeat over and over and over and over.
Exactly. It is on. I have a whole Disney playlist and it is full of Encanto and Moana. So,
well, there we go then. For itself.
Okay.
And I haven't seen this one, but I was hoping somebody else may have and bring it up. But I heard Coco is apparently a phenomenal movie.
I've heard that too, but I have not seen it.
I haven't seen it either. But
is that one of Pixar's recent ones too? Right?
Yeah, I think it's more like in the last 10 years, I believe it is, but I heard it's just phenomenal. So it's 6 years old at this point.
Also, the reason why I thought Initial D just came out is because Han from Fast and Furious is making a Initial D movie.
Based off like a live action movie?
I think so. I just like looked it up because I was like, I swore I just read something about it. Yeah, so he's making a live action Initial D film, and it's he will be directing it.
Did anyone else have Fantastic Mr. Fox on their list anywhere?
I did it because, I don't know. Wes Anderson, he's kind of grown tired for me.
He's too full of himself. Fuck you, Wes Anderson. You can't make an animated film.
I respect his films, but like, he's grown tired for me.
I can't with Wes Anderson, he says.
I mean, like Ratatouille, of course.
Ratatouille is pretty high up there on the list, to be honest with you. That one's pretty great.
Just films I didn't necessarily choose.
Has anyone seen Perfect Blue?
No, but I've seen that on a lot of lists, on a lot of people's lists.
It's like popped up a lot because who is it? The game director or developer for Metal Gear, Kojima.
Solid.
Kojima. Oh. Yeah, he like Yeah, he posted about it and saying it was like his favorite animated film, and it's like blown up. But it's from like the 80s, and it's supposed to be very, very good. But I
guess I'm gonna have to check that out because I also have seen it on a couple lists for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that'll round out our Mount Rushmore draft of animated films. We will post our Mount Rushmores a few days after this podcast episode is posted. Tance, do you have anything else you want to say?
Yes, Yoroichi from Bleach is my anime waifu.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna let you get out of here without saying that. Yeah, but no, yeah. I would say thank you guys for having me. It's been a pleasure. This is really fun. I love talking about animation. So anytime you guys want to have me back about talking about animation, I'm always here. For your listeners, if they want, I'm gonna plug myself here. If they want,
I was gonna say plug your shit. You need to plug your shit.
I am everywhere except for TikTok at CapiTanceTV. So CapiTance TV. On TikTok, I am El CapiTance. EL CapiTance. So yeah, if you like anime, if you want to talk about anime, I talk a lot about new things that are coming out. So Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know if anybody has seen that, but the depression roller coaster that it's putting people on. Yes. A lot of One Piece too as well. And so yeah. If you like anime, I'm your guy. But I'm not an expert either. I'm an enthusiast. So.
I'm not an expert, I'm an enthusiast. I like that. We should use that. That's pretty good.
So please subscribe to him if you have TikTok, or find him on CapiTance TV everywhere else. And please rate and subscribe us. And we are also on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all the socials, and you can find us. It's mostly either A24 Podcast or A24 Rocks, but just look up A24 on the Rocks, and I'm sure you're going to find us.
You'll find us.
Yeah.
We're around.
Thank you so much for listening, and have a good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
A24 Vibe Discussion!